the stock market, meaning companies, new highs.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. Nuts. They're nuts. They know nothing.
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now. Welcome, 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 my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania. The no bullshit approach to all financial markets, including political betting, Bitcoin, and the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. Today on Market Mania, it's all who you know. Salesforce acquires Slack. Tesla back in the news. Fuel cells swinging wildly. And top story, the Roblox IPO. Pull that up, Tony. I don't know how many of you guys have kids out there. Anybody with any sort of a 9 to 12-year-old out there knows what the hell I'm talking about. This is huge. If you're just sitting around sailing and enjoying your life without kids, and so then you're not going to, this isn't going to be on your radar, but every single kid fires on this. If you scroll down there on this article, Tony, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's something like 75% of kids between 8 and 12 fire on this game all the time. I want to say like 36 million daily actives. Brett, I know you're not fucking around on Roblox, but you see the opportunity here, right?
Yeah, I see the opportunity. Actually, one of the most interesting stats to me is that 250 developers last year made over 100K making games on this Roblox platform. And I'm sure it's going to be way more this year in the pandemic. So you have this flywheel effect where you have a lot of other people that are going to be making money, bring people into your ecosystem.
Matt Glantz, 36 million daily actives. I know your kids are too old for this stuff, but I mean, damn.
Okay. Let's separate the game from the stock. So for the game was great. I encouraged my kids to play when they were younger. My son loved it. My nephews now love it. My kids are too old, but the game's great. But the stock is a different story. This company's been around for 15 years, and they're losing money still. Like, I understand when a new IPO comes out, a new 2-year-old, 3-year-old company that's still losing money, but this one's been around 15 years, still losing money. And I think they lost like $50 million last year. This year, they're on pace to lose like $500 million. So I don't get it. So I'm a little worried about the valuation of the stock, how they're going to make money, how they're going to turn things around. So that's my take. I'm going to be shy on Roblox.
This market doesn't seem like it cares very much, and it's going for an 8 or 10 billion valuation, which just seems cheap. I think this is a buy.
Until it cares. That's for sure.
Yeah, but till it cares, I think it's a buy.
A Buffett-like reckoning could be in the future for some of these high-flying growth stocks like Roblox. Time will tell. We will have it for you here on Market Mania when that thing drops in December with a bunch of other hot IPOs like Airbnb and DoorDash. All that's coming soon. And none of you kids are going to be able to get in on it. You'll just buy it on the open on Robinhood like every other basic bitch. Fuel cell. Brett, this thing has been bouncing back and forth. What do you got for us on this?
Yeah, so Jake Abdallah, fan of the show who was on our election special, asked us what's the deal with it. And if you pull up the year chart, it's been a great year for this stock. It's been a little bumpy in the last few days, but as you see, pretty much choppy but flat, and then it just shoots straight up. Now we're back to pretty choppy. If you go back to that 5-day chart, you can see what he's talking about with these swings. And then, Matt, you said they priced a secondary at $650. Some of our viewers may not know what that means. Can you just explain that really quickly?
So, when a company IPOs, they issue shares for the IPO and people buy it. But later on, maybe a year down the road, 2 years sometimes, stock goes up and they want to cash in on some shares rather than raise debt. So they need money to build the company. And rather than take on more debt, they sell more shares. In this case, Fuel Cell has an issuing. It's priced at $6.50, even though the stock was up to $11 a couple of days ago. But they want to raise 50. What did they? I think it was 35 million shares total. 20 million from the company, 15 million shares from insiders that are holding that want to get rid of their stock. And a lot of these guys want to do it because the stock, even though it was 11 a couple of days ago, I think 3 weeks ago it was 250. Remember when we were recommending it, and it flew up to 11.
It was like 80 cents, and they were running out of money earlier this year or last.
Yeah. So now, like, why not raise money rather than take on debt? Raise money at this higher stock price and issue more shares. It's dilutive to the already owning shareholders, but it's a great price if you compare it to the average stock price for the last year.
I mean, Brett.
Mortimer. Well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, to me, I don't know. It's hard to know which way it's going to go. If you want a volatile stock, this is a pretty good one to trade.
December 19th, you just picked that shit up for 60 cents a share 1 year ago. You know, it's just crazy. All right.
Yeah, but even like a month ago, Mike, it was in the twos.
Tesla is back in the news. With Elon Musk saying something fucked up once again. I mean, Matt, I know you're all over this stock. This stock is a must be on your radar when you're an active trader like yourself.
Yeah.
What do you got for us? What is this?
I'm a big fan of Elon Musk, but bring that back, Tony. Let's get that what Elon Musk said in an email to employees. I went out long last night, so I wasn't happy to see this because this cratered the stock this morning. Elon said to his employees, "Look, we got to get our costs under control, or they're gonna crush our stock like a souffle under a sledgehammer." That's what he said in an email. So that got out. Stock got crushed. Stock was down over $40 this morning. It's now only down 20. So people like me weren't too happy to see that. But that's the game you play when you play a Tesla. Even though it's a great stock, Elon likes to play games a lot, and he knows this is going to get out when he writes it. And it's just like when the stock was 420, and he was saying that he thinks the stock's too expensive. It's all that stuff. But that was a long time ago. 2000
pick of the day.
On the stock.
My pick of the day yesterday was Tesla short. I was Tesla short for pick of the day yesterday.
Good call.
I mean,
it's not about the email there, Micah.
Yeah, he passes all that shit by me right before.
By the way, speaking of growth stocks that could get hurt in the correction, I think Tesla is like 2/3 of all the other car companies together's market cap. So that it could fall a long way if people start caring about different metrics.
I mean, as Buffett says, earnings eventually, the reckoning comes eventually. So we say. Who knows in this clown market? All right, Tesla, we will keep an eye on that ticker. You can't ignore it in the stock market today. Salesforce acquires Slack. Big news, Brett Ritchie. Take us through it.
Yeah, I mean, Salesforce is acquiring Slack, which is a workplace messaging tool. I use it. I like it. I don't think there's anything particularly proprietary about it. It's really just a chat client with some other features. It has obviously a strong network effect, which is its most powerful tool. But I think they're overpaying. It's Salesforce just being King Kong, overpaying to kind of rule the SaaS jungles. And Slack, it's really good news for Slack shareholders, in my opinion. They're going to get a premium. The people get bailed out, whatever, they get a nice payment. Matt, what do you think about this?
I'm not a user of Slack. I never got the value in it. As far as the stock, I'm not sure about the price, but I know Salesforce is run by CEO Benioff. I think his name's Eric Benioff, and he's a genius. Mark Benioff in the space, he's a genius. So I mean, what he's done with Salesforce is impressive. So for him to buy Slack, either he owes someone a big favor or he knows what he's doing. He's getting. But he
loves acquisitions. He loves like being, again, as I said, King Kong, the big guy in the yard, throwing money around, outspending people. Salesforce Tower, biggest building in San Francisco. He's got his name all over the place.
He's like the Elon Musk of the cloud enterprise software sector.
He really likes virtue signaling to the libs.
The street doesn't like it. I mean, Salesforce, $200 billion company, off 7% on this news today. $14 billion of the market cap just sliced right off on this deal. So it doesn't look like the investors agree that it's a good deal for Salesforce.
As I said, they're overpaying, but that's the part of their overall strategy. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing for Salesforce.
It's like my overall strategy in roulette is just to bet a lot. And I don't know.
Until everyone else runs out of money and you just win. It didn't work out for Ike Batista down in Brazil, though, that strategy. So we'll see.
Straight facts. we will see how that one goes. Salesforce, I agree with you, Matt. I mean, that seems like a reasonably good company that's just crushing everything. But let's see. We'll see if the Slack is a misstep or not. Time will tell. And now, I'd like to bring in Tony, the producer. I need to hear his take. Whenever I see the ECB in the news here, Tony, the producer, take it away. Tell us what is going on here.
Yeah, I like to give the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is just fascinating to me. I saw this piece of news come across the headline about Christine Lagarde, who I think looks like the villain from every Disney movie. Like, she's seeking Dalmatian hides everywhere she goes. She heads the European Central Bank, and she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. And I think you'll find that quite frequently is the case when you're talking about central bank controllers. She came out and said something frivolous about Italian bonds. They started selling off immediately, and then the Dwight Schrute of this whole story had to call each one of them individually, all the connected people at BlackRock, JP Morgan, all the big banks, and say, wait a minute, she didn't mean what she said, we're giving you some inside information. The big takeaway from this is they don't know what they're doing, and they're not working for you. It's the worst of all worlds, and this whole thing is really the global financial system can shift on a wrong syllable from these psychopath technocrats. What do you think, Brett? Should you have a bunch of money in a market where somebody says the wrong thing and it just tanks?
I mean, so far, yes, right? It's right till it's wrong, and it's been the right plays of just being in this market, but eventually, I agree, it's going to spiral out of control. And I would just like to see some of these assholes get comeuppance, right? They're again, it's like London Breed in San Francisco. She's going to French Laundry too. It's like the elites have their own set of rules, and it just sucks for the rest of everyone else. And so I would like to see a change.
That is exactly true. Rules for thee, not for me. I just want to keep hammering that home. But invest in that environment. Just realize the bubble's going to pop. You guys have a great show. I'll see you on the other side.
Always a rosy viewpoint from Tony, the producer. Got to love the perspective. Now, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. One of the fastest paced parts of the show. Oh, we're not moving. There we go. It is the not investment advice. Do your own research. Market Mania pick of the day.
Everybody stack them to the top.
We stack them to the top. We try to help you, even though it's not investment advice. Matt Glantz, what is your pick of the day?
Overstock. It's $63 a share, still 50% off the highs. They're going to unlock that crypto eventually, the crypto market. So I like it right here at 63.
The T0 product coming soon. We'll see if it works. Brett Ritchie, what is your pick of the day?
Twitter, TWTR. You can either have 1.3 Slacks or you can have Twitter. So I would like Twitter at its $47 here. Yeah, it's way undervalued.
All right. And I'm going with my girl Coin Artist over there with her coin token. And that is not the right one, but that's okay. Not a big deal. It is the ERC20 coin, COIN. You could Uniswap it. Then you could go over to the coinartist.io site and you could stake it. You could try to get some more of the cred. And then you try to trade them for an NFT. Just a fun little game. I don't know if it's actually going to fire up or down over time, but that is my pick of the day. It's not that coin, but that's all right. Now, we do thank you for listening to our high-paced, fast and furious Market Mania that we produce for you every single day. A quote from a local, normal poet of our time, we call them. It's a rapper that was only known briefly. It was Chitty Bang's opposite of adults. And it goes a little something like this. Hey, yo, I once was a kid with the other little kids. Now I'm ripping up shows and them fans going wild with us. Tell mommy I'm sorry. This life is a party. I'm never growing up. Like and subscribe this show right here on YouTube. Follow us on Market Mania Show on Twitter. And we'll see you tomorrow. If there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on. Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go.
Wanna switch lanes for a pot of gold, or a domino, out of control. The usual, get mad cause I'm looking at your girl.
Switch it up.
I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard, got the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury of how we're turning, we're how we're turning. Can't lie like it's Mississippi burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I mad, should've looked the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind, was afraid of the time. Strobe lights like in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now.